So I basically wanted to find the first iPhone application that was available of all time from the App Store. And it's a little complicated because the App Store, when it first came out, apparently it came out with 500 different applications. So there was really not one application that was, the newest of the new. But apparently, allegedly, from a lot of sources, there was the first app that was technically updated to the App Store, because if you think about it, they didn't upload all 500 at the same time. It was released with 500. So after doing a little bit of research, including looking at this 2008 article from Apple Insider, which actually showcased, hey, this was the first time, the App Store actually came out. And it's a pretty interesting read. It says App Store launches with more than 500 apps. And again, the release date, July 10, 2008. Scrolling down a little bit, it says, a couple capabilities, couple things. It says right here, top free apps. It says, unsurprisingly, the top free application at the moment is Apple's own new iTunes remote. And after actually searching through Google and kind of looking through here, and I looked at the first iPhone app in the App Store, a lot of people were saying that the iTunes remote was the first app on the App Store. So what is iTunes Remote? Well, some of you may actually use it, and it's still downloadable from the App Store. Now, it hasn't gotten an update in, I think, a year or two, so you can see right down here. The last update, version 4.5.1, came out 1 year ago, and that's actually pretty interesting. I would have never thought this would be the first, if not one of the first applications on the App Store. And interestingly enough, if you actually click on version history down here, you can actually see how long this app's been supported, and it actually taps out at 12 years ago, which is technically around like that 2009 era, but this was version 1.3.2 and not necessarily version 1.0, so that may also go with it too. So looking at this specific app, all it really does is it's almost like a remote for iTunes, which is essentially the name of it. I've already installed it, but I can't really get it to set up. But it says with iTunes Remote, you can actually access your Apple Music, Apple TV, or iTunes libraries. It says you can browse music by artists and a ton of different things. Now, since then, Apple has kind of retired the iTunes moniker. So it's kind of interesting they still use iTunes here, even though they kind of removed it from their Macs and Windows and all these other devices. But when we go ahead and click open, you can see it just brings us straight to the standard application. Now, I don't even have this set up, so I don't even know how I'm going to go through it, but it's very interesting, and you can see it still uses the old iTunes application, and it kind of looks a little outdated if you look at, Apple's new apps. But again, this is the more updated version. If you think about it, many years ago, the iTunes Remote app, this was because it was the most, downloaded app, at least in the free market. You have to kind of think of what other apps were, suited for, and what other apps were available at that time if this one was the number one free app at the time. Most people, I haven't even heard of iTunes Remote. I've heard of the Apple Remote app and a couple other apps, but it's very interesting to me that this app right here was the first, if not one of the first applications and one of the first 500 apps on the App Store, which is so crazy. So if you look at where we are now with probably like millions and millions of apps on the App Store, I don't know if that number's right, it's probably around there, I don't know. The fact that this was one of the first 500 apps, it's crazy to think that that App Store only had 500 apps inside of it, and that was one of them. So the app, whatever, iTunes Remote, people don't remember it, but 500 apps in the App Store at one point. In terms of that, I guess that's the first iPhone app that ever came out. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.